So today on Ask Allison, we are talking about concierge therapy. I had somebody write in about it, wanting to know a little bit more. First, I want to thank Therapy Notes for sponsoring us. So typically concierge counseling or concierge therapy has a different kind of structure as a business model. So like it's a package situation. So maybe there's a monthly commitment or a yearly commitment or a 6-month commitment. There's often a higher level of access, more kind of on-callness about it. Often you're going either to the person's home or their office. Now, this is not what we think about when we're talking about like in-home care for someone with Alzheimer's or in-home therapy for families at risk. This is a different kind of in-home care. This is typically a very expensive, very exclusive. So the pricing of that is as a package deal. And you want to make sure if you're doing this that you're including the time that you're spending in your car, what it would make sense for you to do, like what are your boundaries going to be around it? How much email, phone call? Are you going to their house at 11 at night? Like concierge is concierge. It's a lot of contact. It's a lot of care. So you have to be really clear on what your boundaries are. You have to be really willing to maintain those boundaries in the face of people who are probably paying you a whole lot of money, who are also needing you or feeling like they need you. So that's something to consider. Also, I want you to think about, are these your ideal clients? These are typically people with a lot of resources. For them to choose concierge versus kind of a more typical psychotherapy practice, that might mean that they either really dig the exclusivity, like there's something about that really works for them and makes it feel like more special to them. And that's something to consider. Some people really dig exclusivity. For some of us, that's a poor fit. Or they might be pretty high maintenance, and that's why they're wanting kind of around the clock or most of the clock response care provisions of whatever sort. It's also going to be important that your presentation in all ways, from your website to your car, are what would be expected by that person for concierge service. The marketing, you still require a niche, like you're super rich and want a lot of care is not a niche. There are pain points that you're going to want to be specific about. You're marketing to a group of people who are less likely maybe to talk to one another about struggling, because there is a lot of social pressure to act like everything is just fine. So that's another consideration. I think, if you're talking about having clients who are paying you $50,000 a year for concierge service, like a client paying you that much, beware of anything that looks like easy money, right? Because this would not necessarily be easy counseling. It would also not necessarily be easy marketing. And you have to make sure that this is a population that you enjoy and want to work with. Certainly there are people out there doing this very successfully, very happy with the choices that they've made. I've personally only met people who tried to start out on this path and found that they either didn't enjoy it or they didn't get clients. So just throwing it out there. That's what I know about concierge counseling. If you have a different experience, if you've done concierge counseling and really enjoyed it, if you've seen a concierge counseling as a client and you have some perspective on it as a clinician, because of that, please let us know. Set me straight if there's something I've said wrong, but these are the only stories I've heard, so I'm passing them on. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.